who holds me responsible? So I was giving a talk yesterday in Shoreditch in London, and one of the questions at the end was, hey, so you have a following of 150,000 or whatever it is on TikTok. Who are you responsible to? So what's to stop you from spreading information? How do you fact check? How do you make sure what you're saying is correct? And I thought this was a really good question, and it stumped me. It was a question I've not had before, and I think it's a wonderful question. I had to stop and think about it for a moment. And I think who holds me responsible, the people who stop me from spreading any old lies about artificial intelligence, about the loss of jobs, about the future, etc., are people here on social media. So if I step out of line and I say something that is wrong or something that people disagree with, I will be told. People on the internet are very happy to tell you when you are wrong, gleeful even. And I think in a weird way that makes me even more accountable than if I had a boss or if I had somebody who was checking my work, an editor, for example. So no, I'm not a journalist, but he was right that when you are talking to hundreds of thousands or potentially millions of people, it is kind of important what you say. It's not something that I'd really given much thought to before, so I was glad the question was asked. And I also wanted to pass on my thanks to people here on social media who do call me out when I say something that's wrong. I am the first to admit if I do not know something, and I'm very happy to. In fact, during the talk yesterday, several times people would ask questions and I was like, don't know, no idea. And I would ask somebody who did know. And I think that is really important online, being able to say, don't know, great question. There are much smarter people than me who know the answer, but I am not the person to answer for you. I think that, plus the humility to know when you're wrong, and when people tell you you're wrong, to not fight them, but to listen, puts you in a really good place if you are creating content online. Sure, there are always going to be trolls who want to argue for the sake of it. I tend to ignore them, honestly. But I wanted to use this as an opportunity to say thank you to the people who genuinely want to correct me, who genuinely want to improve everyone's knowledge cumulatively, which I think is so important. And that's probably the most positive use we can have of social media, to actually share knowledge socially. I know it's a very highfalutin idea, but I think social media is very, very important for that.